morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Now, let's have some fun. Let's understand. I'm going to say tablet and pen time. Why? You need to write things down. It's very crucial we put it here. See, things have to be habit forming. I'm going to show you exactly some things that I did to get to million to billion. I'd like you to write some things down and, all right, understand this is live. You have a question, just type it out. From there, there's no picture, there's no recording. All right, I need you to write it down, put it here. Next, my first question would be, do you want to be a millionaire? I'm hoping the answer is no, because I'd like you to have a millionaire corporation. There's a big difference how you receive money. Okay, so let's let the corporation be a millionaire and you control all the assets, okay? Let's play. Foundation and structure. It's going to take a corporation and some knowledge and structure, which should be division process. So let's write down division process, please. Let's understand exactly how to get to million. Then we want to work to get to billion. Now, what is your actual goal? You have goals, you have ideas. I'd like you to kind of put your goals aside for a second. I'd like you to write down 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month. I think the income is what we should be focusing on. If we got 100,000 a month, that's only $1.2 million anyway. So the next thing is, let's take a picture. Yes, here's a page. I'm going to say take a picture. Ready? Click. Now I want you to think about businesses you don't have to run, something you can invest in. If I help you build corporate credit, but you get to write it all off and finance a business, let's have you own it, but let's not run it. Third-party management companies, okay? So let's understand. Let's say today you listen very carefully and I take your corporation or I hand you one for free. You just pay your filing fee and I get you a couple $100,000 of credit. My first thing is, this is corporate credit, didn't show up on personal credit file. I'd turn around from there and say, let's go buy 3 properties. We'd find properties at $100,000 plus, all right, or a little under that, brand new. Now it's $5,000 down. Pretty simple to do, 5,000. That means we're going to have 3 properties creating an income from 10,000 to 50 to 100,000 a month. Next, we want to focus on a different state, like Texas, for instance. Maybe you want to get a property worth about $200,000 or $300,000 and do the same thing as well. Next thing is, what are we trying to create again? Income. How about storage units? They're good. They're not hard to manage, and management companies will manage it for you anyway. So what do you get to do? Just make money. That's the goal. It takes money to invest, and that should be the corporation anyway. So I call it residual income, auto income. Next, we got to think about some real estate projects. Here's a couple we closed recently. And what happened is John got $42,000 a month, Carrie got $63,000, Bill and Susie have $72,000. So if we understand about an apartment complex or maybe a storage unit, that would be kind of investing too. Here's 7 people we closed some escrows on. Next thing is they got some income to the corporation and the divisions. Now let's understand, I like you to write down Freddie Mac. Let's do a little bit of homework today. Here's 8 apartment complexes we're working on currently. And what happens is pretty simple. Let's think about writing down DSCR loans. All right, let's go basically up to 90 to 98% financing, even some seller financing too. So we could focus on Section 8 or how we get the financing, get the apartment complex, even fix it up. And then the divisions and subdivisions so we can become the bank. Isn't that the ultimate goal, is to become the bank? Next, we can focus on what we need to do. Structure. Here's a client, I showed him how to get a dry cleaners. So I wrote books on dry cleaning, laundromats, storage units, and real estate for over the last 47 years. I showed him one, he decided to get all 3. What did he create? $63,000 a month. Next, here's a laundromat. They're on every other corner too. Time they're done, they got $30,000 a month. See, the goal is, let's focus on what it is, the money coming in, ran by a business is automatically ran anyway. From here, how about a Wendy's restaurant? You don't see the owner running the restaurant. It's a management company. How about Jack in the Box? How about a gas station? So we could actually structure so we can build you the credit to become the investor. And that way you get an income, you can focus on that. Remember, 10,000, 50, 100,000 a month. That's what I'd like you to think about. Now, I had 22,000 payphones. Literally, when I was 17 and a half, that was what I was collecting. But then the payphone business went out of business because what? Cell phones came out. So basically, the EV charging stations replaced that for me. I like those because we make a lot of money in those too. So again, as an investor, making money. Now, I'd like someone to drive you around your city today. See, I think when you drive, you got focus on the road and you have tunnel vision. Why don't you have someone drive you around and look around you and find out these things are on every other corner? Then ask yourself a question. Why don't you own them? I think that should be your focus because somebody does. It might as well be you. But again, that's a corporation structure and division process. So let's understand. I've got a team that actually goes and finds locations for people all the time. We'll give you 3 opportunities if you like. Let us know. We can get you to be that investor step by step. Not easy to do, but it'll take you 3 to 6 months. From there, I accomplish all my goals. I don't have excuses like most people do. Half the people in this world are freaking lazy. Sorry to say, but it's true. And I accomplish every goal I ever had. It doesn't matter when say white men can't jump. That's not really funny to me, since I hold the record for the highest and fastest kick on planet Earth anyway. But I got all my goodies. Would you like some goodies too? See, for me, it was rags to riches. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. So your journey today can begin with me if you want to. So draw the diagram in front of you, but draw it twice. That's right, twice. Let's draw here. And this is a corp owning a corporation like Bank of America does. Then let's draw it again. This is a corp and a division. See, here we have this problem. Corporations are on Secretary of State's website, and they get to see your name. When they sue, they tend to sue you. Corporation with divisions, they don't see your name because your name's not on the division process. You watch banks and grocery stores file bankruptcy every day, thousands of them. Now, understand the reason they can file bankruptcy and what they wanted to do is they bought Zelle. Well, remember, July 6, 2022, your banks got together to buy Zelle to transfer money and to receive money. See, people going to the branch was making a deposit of cash and a check. So now they've bankrupt thousands, and I'm talking 7,000 plus for Bank of America. We got to look at basically Walmart. They got fined $50 million. Sam's Club, Geico, cities. So I believe the problem you have is you didn't look behind the curtain, and the reality is things in front of you that they're actually filing bankruptcy and staying in business. And when you do it, you bring the pain home. I think we had to think a little differently today. Let's think about stop bringing the pain home. Next, let's turn around and become a certified CFO. And let's reprogram our brains to millionaire status. Let's look behind the curtain. You see, it's not hard to do, but you got to take some time to understand that. Me, it was pretty simple. I got dropped off for Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30 till I was 9.5 years old. Mrs. Hope would roll down that window every time and say, if you're not here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm going to leave you there to die. I got caught stealing off the pier. All right, third day I stole off the pier, eating out of a trash can too. He grabs my hand and I go, ah! So I thought he was going to throw me off the pier. It scared the hell out of me. But I'm 3.5 years old. He looked down and go, boy, take out my trash or I'll call the police. Take out the trash or go to jail? I took out the trash. I was known as Boy on the Redondo Beach Pier for many, many years, over 7 years. I got to go to their mansions in Beverly Hills and Palos Verdes, shoveling horse and cow manure on the weekends. You see, I was hustling for money. But the one thing about me is I wanted to know how they got their money. Now, I was a weird little kid. She read me a book. I memorized the book without looking at the book anymore. She goes, what's wrong with you? Where are you from? So I can write with both hands and talk at the same time. And they thought I was retarded in 6th grade. But when they tested me at T-Wickle Junior High at 14.5 years old, they found I got total recall and an IQ of 203. So I just wondered how they got their money. I figure I'm as smart as they are. So let's understand. Here's your problem. Your problem is you. Since I helped set up the credit system in the first place years ago, if you take your credit cards and you put a sticky in the back of the card, you write down the credit limit. You write down what's 25%, what's 29%. See, this is what they should teach you in high school. But I never went to high school. I was at Orange Coast College at 14.5. So if you take the sticky, you write down the limit, 25%, 29%. Here's your problem. Before you jacked up your card, you should have asked them to increase it. You didn't do that. So let's see, you jacked up the card, you dropped the score, got stuck, hell, couldn't get it anymore, and you honked your house, and I call that stupid. You're not stupid. What you did was stupid, sorry to say, but it's true. So let's understand, all cards fluctuate, but these two. So if I'm going to understand, if I have an emergency, I'm going to use the right card. I think you jacked up the wrong damn card, but that's on you. So let's go back in history just a little bit too. Here is TRW. They became a Superior. I got to train their security chief, Ken Yarborough. I wrote the first one of these. It was good, fair, hell no. All right, that was Thomas Raymond Woolridge. See, the whole world followed them too. Remember, that's 750. I can get you there, and I can teach you how to maintain it as well. It's Ray's rules, and that's what we're going to focus on. Ray's rules and tools. Okay. Now, Billy, I met him tripping over him outside Bank of America after going to the ATM machine one day. I found out Billy's little story, and he's got basically bad credit, no good credit at all. So what did I do for Billy? I rebuilt him too. So let's focus today. Let's take a picture of this page. Go ahead, right here. See, let's say you're all jacked up over here, and you're stuck. You got, what am I going to do? Bankruptcy, no. Debt consolidation, no. Let's take supply credit. Let's turn it into cash credit. I got Billy $51,000 to build him up and away. You could do the same thing too. So understand, I got classes on Friday, Saturday, and all through the week. You can play with me if you want to, but I don't have any excuses. The reality is I think you've been ripped off by a friend, family member, and you spent thousands and something didn't work. Get used to Ray Reynolds and raisecredit.com. So I'd like to make you a certified CFO, Chief Financial Officer, corporation with 9 divisions. Is that okay? I like to put you in my coaching program as well. Now let's understand what I like to do for everybody is blueprint them. That's right. I like to go through your past, present, and future. I like to see if you got a bankruptcy or tax problem. I want to basically understand something. I want to rebuild you like Humpty Dumpty. Family, corporation, divisions, and then we got a plan to die, get an irrevocable trust. Car, house, auto income, cash flow, free up our time. See, that would be important for you and I to be on that phone for an hour. And if you have a partner of life or a spouse, let them be on the phone with me too, because I want to make sure we're on the same page. Got it so far? Okay. Now, there's no plan B. I believe plan B is for losers. I don't settle. Doesn't matter if I get knocked down 1,000,000 times, I'm getting up 1,000,001. Okay, now if you want to be an entrepreneur, understand, you're going to feel like you're falling off the cliff all the time. Embrace the feeling. It'll challenge you. All right, if you got what it takes. But again, we're going to focus on chapter 18 now. Chapter 18, I heard this when I was a little boy. I'm listening to a poker game, writing notes in the corner. They said I was weird. Probably true. I was 7.5 and I wrote that down. Next day, I went to the Torrance Police Department. The library next door, I said, man, what does this mean? She was rude. She walked away. 5 minutes later, here's a microphone. Here's a book. I read the book. See, your problem is you've been reading the books too. You don't have a blueprint. Here's your biggest problem. And every time you get your assets kicked, all right, you got to start over again and again. Now, I just circled may sue or be sued. Did you see that? You see, here's the problem with the corporation. And your name is on Secretary of State's website. They sue the corp, they sue you. Congratulations. From there, my first corporation was pretty simple. I sent away $10. I was 9.5 years old. Secretary of State of California. I got $100,000 of credit card scam in the friggin' mail. Mrs. Hope thought I was a crook. I had to explain to Ted Turner how to use the SS4, 26 ways to do that too. Now it's 9.5. I got named in the movie Dave as well. Okay, now I had a problem at 12.5. I got named in a lawsuit. Can you imagine? I used the word Braille. It belonged to the Braille Institution. Didn't know about trade name, trademarks, and copyrights. Had to master that too. See, the goal is to never bring the pain home. So let's understand today. The little grown-ups, when I was a little kid, they kept saying, oh, put all your eggs in one basket. That's what that meant. You know what they did? They couldn't explain themselves. So let's understand for you, your corporation, if they sue it, they're going to sue you. Congratulations. You might want to think about division process I invented in 85, 86. Our goal should be to put your ducks in a row so you never bring the pain home. Got it so far? Okay. Now here's our problem. You have a goal list, right? You have a goal list. Here's the problem. That goal list, there's activity to make it happen. That means you need a daily, weekly list and a project list. Write it down. See, if you're going to really reach the goal, you're going to get knocked down 1,000 times. You have to fight for your goal. Now, I came up with a foolproof program for me. Gave myself permission to get married, get 6 kids and 12 grandkids. So let's understand today. I have a program called Race 360 for homeless. Next thing is people coming out of prison. Here's Freeway Dickie Ross, gold and platinum cards. I'm out of prison for 20 years. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. I got him brand new Dove trucks in 6 months. So what do we get to do? Michael, God's rest his soul, he was a client. From there we have basically Arnold. From there we have presidents, the United States of America. And we have Costner. And we have Superman, the Gold's Gym, and Giovanni for Pixar. College professor too. So we could play the game to win if you want to. Now, rich and famous people listen better than you. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. Now, I'm known as the Incorporated for rich and famous people. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, Angels, all kinds of stuff. I believe what you did is you had a kitchen table meeting, and then you basically got your assets kicked. Let's go back in time to the biggest mistake you made when it comes to personal business credit. You see, you filled out a form called SS5 to get the assets in for the 1040 tax return. You did that at 14 to 16. Now, if you didn't do it, that means mommy did it in 71 when Nixon took the gold standard out. See, it's we the people. The Social Security card says do not laminate, do not carry with you, do not use for ID purposes, but you do it anyway. Let's compare SS5 to SS4. See, the only form I can find the IRS ever created for banking and credit purposes. Now, if you're a crook, just go to prison where you belong. Wesley Snipes, silly, he didn't listen to me either. He listened to his Beverly Hills attorneys and CPAs. He went to prison for 3 years, $18 million later. He's broke. Look at his career now. It's in the toilet still. Okay. Do you see level 1 right there? Legal name. You see that? Come on. Legal name of entity or individual person. So the IRS creates a form for banking and credit purposes. That's per entity, by the way. So if we learn to play, we can actually play the game. Why don't you go to irs.gov today and download a form called 1244. It allows you and the corporation to file one tax return and almost no tax to $3 to $5 million anyway. So you might as well file your tax return and play the game to win. But that's up to you too. Richard's a nice guy. He won Survivor the first show, $1 million check. Our ASCPA said you keep $375, rest goes to the IRS. He said, hell no. I saw him reference 3 times 5. Turned it $15 million. Showed him how to do that too. He said, hell no. He was so dumb that he went to prison for 3.5 years, 10 years probation, and violated that too. That's called being dumb. But again, the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man or woman. People aren't stupid. They're just freaking half the ones are lazy. So people do stupid things. Let's plan the problem. Let's plan that it's going to have a problem, and let's prepare it. The United States of America Incorporated, they got 50 corporations. Then they got states and cities. Did you know because they wanted to plan themselves, if they had an oh shit day, they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. So they could wipe out the debt and stay in business in front of you. You could have did the same thing with no intent to do fraud. We the people, Supreme Court says that. Why don't we stop bringing the pain home? Now let's understand something. I want you to write down vision of me. Write down division of me, which means you. Let's see line 1 right there. I can put your name there, your corp, your division or subsidiary right there, and I can create a division to get you $1 million of credit if you want. Not easy. We're going to write down 3 divisions of me and 5 closet divisions. Why? Because I need you to understand how to play the game to win and have a way to get to what you need to do. Now, I died 15 years ago. Kind of sucks, but I have to come back. My 3 divisions allow me to go get $1 million of credit in 6 weeks after coming back when someone stole my life. Only $3.7 billion. I bought my wife her next dream house. See, I don't stay down like you. We got to stop that from now on. Is that okay? Division of me, for instance. Here's a $1 million Lamborghini. When I got that one part of the car collection, here's the key, $6,800 a month. So I bought it as a division, all right, of a corporation. I guaranteed it's a division of me. See, I got my apartment complexes, my duplexes, my Wendy's restaurants, my Jack in the Box, all these pieces, and everything I got worth about $3.7 billion. If I got a bad piece, you know what I get to do? Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Put it over here. Once you write that down. You watch cities, grocery stores, and banks do this in your face, and you didn't pay attention. If I can't protect it and I have to throw it away, I'm allowed under the Federal Protection Act to bankrupt that bad piece and keep all the good pieces. See, you might want to think about doing it my way for a while because your way sucks. Sorry, but I believe that to be true. How about we sign a lease as a division? Properties, receiving money. Did you know you're not taxable till you're profitable? How about we go get $100 million of credit? You can, it's not hard to do, little time and effort. So let's understand when I set up the dashboards. A long time ago when I'm training Ken Yarborough, I created basic dashboards like Experian for business and TransUnion and Equifax for business under tax ID. Would that be okay if we get cash credit for the ESS4? And we go get some more, there's 11 accounts, you get to do that right away. And then you can finance the American dream and write it off too. But again, it's like Mary here. Mary's a beautiful lady. I met her after she screwed it all up. She's Ivy League. She's a VP of Apple, $250,000 a year. She married her third grade sweetheart. They're both Ivy League people. That's good. Mary decides to start a restaurant because grandma taught her how to cook. She gives $10,000 to the attorney. He looks at the lease and options and leases too. Looks at basically the controller and the CPA what's going to be for the books, no problem. Gave him $5,000 too. She used $98,000 of her personal credit. Her 800 score went down. Crap. Calls him on the phone. What did they do? What do they respond to? They don't know diddly squat. I'm sorry to say it's true. How many CPAs and attorneys screwed you over? Come on. Mary's problem is the restaurant didn't make it. She guaranteed the lease for 10 years. She bankrupt. She lost her home. Her husband divorced her 3 weeks later, says, I didn't sign up for that, honey. So understand, she should have came to see me before she screwed it all up, like most of you. So I can still rebuild you too, like I did for her. All right, let's understand your corporation today. You look on Secretary of State's website, you'll find it. You'll also find your name. If you use your home address, I'm going to call that silly and stupid. I'd like you to change it to a mailbox, etc., shared office space to protect your privacy under the Privacy Act. I'd like you to put your ducks in a row because right now when they sue that corp, they sue you and that kind of sucks. Why don't we create a line of defense so we don't bring the pain to our family ever again? Would that be okay? Here's a $100 million building, $1 million Lamborghini. Here's a $5 million mansion's one of them. Here's a $1 million race boat. Now I obtained these. Why didn't you? Well, these turned up today. How about I show you how to get that $5 million mansion right there? That's just one of the collection. Let's write down credit, loan, and money. I don't believe your corporation should do business. I believe it should get credit. You should have a division for franchise, a division for apartment complex. I'm the guy that's been training rich and famous people for 47 years how to have a management company and let their entities be their ducks and sheep. Build a line of defense. What is our goal? Financial freedom. We need $10,000 to $100,000 a month. There's your goal. Now, flippity dippity doos. I had a problem when I was 17 and a half. I had 19 houses going to auctions and having fun. They told me no. What the blank? So I transferred my properties to my divisions, afraid of my loan to value problem. At 21, I decided to be the damn bank. I didn't like the fact that the buyer is a liar, the agent, the broker too, and the contractor. Oh my goodness, after they sign the contractor, sign the lease and they sign every piece in the contract with you, they cut corners. They try to screw you over and they hire everybody from standing outside Home Depot. So do yourself a favor. I sold my first car as an example and they gave me a deposit. They said they're going to go to the credit union. I said, no, it's okay. One of my divisions carries paper. So what did I do? I financed it. Can you imagine? I became the bank and got $413 a month. I did a house that way too. I got $1,200 off that. I decided to be a bank, be the banker at 21. So let's understand something today. Why don't we get an apartment complex? Why don't we split deed that and have some fun? All right. And guess what? We can do assignment of mortgage. Now, the way I designed this, my real estate system, because I was doing 2.6 billion, a couple billion in real estate, it's kind of fun. I designed that for real estate billionaires. How about financial series? Buckets of money, tax balancing, be the bank. And what do you get to learn now? The assignment of asset. Wouldn't that be okay if we learned to play my way for a while? I like you to get to the point you get a money making machine. So let's understand. Let's say you want to sell, things and get supply and vendor credit. We want to do some OPM, other people's money for 90 days. Then we get to sell on Amazon and eBay. Will that be okay? To make some money right away too? All right, now here's a $500 million of goodies. Would you like some goodies too? I like helping people become millionaires and billionaires, but it's up to you. Here's God's gift, the mansion in the harbor, having properties in all 5 islands, and the race boats and the yachts and the CDs and the Duffys and all the things, saying RayReynoldsUniversity.com. Especially the Duffy on Friday night's going to take the wife over to Captain Jack's for basically steak and lobster. That's the way to play, right? From there, how about the big building and the Lamborghini? More Lamborghinis. Oh, I like helicopters too. Did you know? Every time I hear some ding dong say white men can't jump, that's not funny. I hold the record. Simple to do, but it's up to you. See, I researched and found out Grandpa, that's Coach Bishop, Roosevelt High. Richard Bishop won the Olympics in '32, and that's Grandpa. But I got thrown in a trash can. He didn't give a shit about me either, too. So understand, I kicked out the lights that night. We can have fun. See, my point is, when you hear the word no, you know no wasn't the answer, but you accepted it. Why don't we take the 1,000 steps, rules, and tools out of the Millionaires Founders Kit, and let's go blueprint and go get the $1 million. I sold it at the Bonavitch for $5,000 a set for 32 years, being the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles, too. Now, I want you to stop treading water, playing it safe. Why don't we understand? Here's 5 things, and you just write down. I'm going to build you and rebuild your credit to 750. You got to be part of the program. I want to get you a corporation and divisions. You don't have it. I want to get you up to $1 million of cash credit, checkbook money, and supply and vendor money. That's what I want to do and make you what? Must have. Hope you wrote it down. So if you don't have a corp, I'll hand you one for free. You pay your filing fee. If you got a corp, let me build the one you got too. Let's stop bringing the pain home. Let's put our ducks in a row. Let me repackage you. See, my way works, your way doesn't seem to work for you. I think that kind of sucks. So let's play. Let's understand something today. All right, from my homeless program, the Ricky Dicky Ross, so basically Thomas coming out of prison, Michael, all right, presidents, all right, more of that, Costner, Arnold, I can name them all, from Clippers, Dodgers, and Angels too. They listen better than most of you. What did you do? It's simple. You had a kitchen table meeting with your friends and family. We're going to start a business, honey. Oh, goody. We're going to jack up the credit, drop the score, get stuck, can't get any more, hawk our house, and be stupid. Didn't know what you did? See, you didn't know how to do that in the first place. All right? Understand something today. We're going to write down, never bring the pain home. So let's write down today's date. Let's work on it on a daily basis, okay? Let's go get the dream. From there, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 47 years ago from my company Repackage in America. And we got basically page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow for your time. You ever had an oh shit day? You had everything going right and everything went wrong? I'm worth $3.7 billion of corporate structure. All right, we took out the yacht July 4th, one of the 3, to watch the fireworks, a group of people. Someone had a virus, and I get to go in a coma. My wife calls the office and said he's in a coma. They say he's going to die. She's freaking out. Ron takes a truck to go to the office. It's one technology drive over on Spectrum, 22,000 square foot building, my building, to steal my books and CDs. Tom, my IT manager, sells my websites and phone numbers to a porn site. Kind of sucks. My point is, who do you basically trust? I trust God. That's who I trust, and my wife. So understand something. If you want a copy of the Millionaires Founders Kit, it's pretty simple. You call the office. It's $499. If you did it while I'm on a webinar like now, it's $299. You can save a couple $100 because I don't get a paycheck or a commission. Take a picture. This is Zelle. Ray at rayscredit.com. Ray Reynolds recipient, put RW when you're out. Ultimate goal, that's what you get to do if you want to save a little money too. All right, starting a business is a pain in the ass. It really is. You don't know if your friends and family are going to knock you down, you're going to fall off the cliff. Hold your breath. Now for me, it's pretty simple. I get up every day at 2:25 in the morning. Always have, no matter what time I go to bed. Ever since I was a little boy. I knew at 2:30 the abuser would get me, so I got up at 2:25 so he could not. Now, I have a problem. I go to my knees every day and say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, too. Then I go put myself in the mirror. I had nobody to help me or motivate me to do diddly squat. My motivation was to get out of hell. But again, for you, you got a good idea. Fantastic. Goodie for you. Go tell your friends and family your idea. Be careful they don't rip you off. The next thing is they're going to interrupt you and tell you how to do your own idea, and they haven't done diddly squat. Don't let them cloud your direction. Is that okay? All right. Now, here's July 4th, 2009. 3 yachts in the backyard, all goodies. What do I get to do the next day? I get to be in a coma. My tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. The nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. I got to die at 5:41 on July 5th. Then I got to come back. Simple to do. God gave me another chance. So guess what I get to do? So no excuses. I had to move 24 times by the time I'm 11 and a half years old. A lot of shitty people. I've been shot. I've also been knifed. So I don't have any time to feel sorry for myself like you. Your goal is simple. You ever had an oh shit day? I lost my job. My credit report sucks. My wife lost her phone. My little helper's not in the car. Got a flat tire. I messed it up again. Damn, I need the money today, not tomorrow. You ever notice people say tomorrow? It's always they don't make a commitment. Here's my oh shit day 15 years ago. I got this from one of my clients on July 4th. Or I'd stay away from boats and fireworks. So we got a choice. Now, one of my books is Bullshit Doesn't Pay Your Bills. See, debt consolidation today does not work. We had consumer credit counseling years ago in all the credit bureaus, one of my companies. Bankruptcy doesn't solve the problem. It makes it even worse for you because you don't learn to seal your record. Okay, let's play my way for a while. All right, ultimate goal. Let's see what we get to do. Now, I think you're stuck. Let's get you past go. Let's show you some Lamborghinis, part of the collection. How about the Duffy? How about a mansion? How about white men do jumps to what people say we don't? More Lamborghinis. All right. Race boats, helicopters, U-Docks, yachts, and Ferraris. I call this Ray's Rules. Would that be okay? You get some goodies too? All right. Now what we're going to do is going to use my blueprint. I started my blueprint, the blueprint for success, when I was 9.5 years old. I call it see it, believe it, go get it. So I want you to use the same blueprint. Is that okay? All right. Now credit repair, I'm sorry to say, it doesn't work. It's a fraud. Let me get out my magic wand. Let's get that lady in that TikTok or that guy with the stupid letter. Says this has got magic. It's free, but it's 17 bucks. Make up your mind. See, credit repair is a flaky thing because it doesn't work. Your credit's not broken. It needs to be rebuilt. Now, we can all Google the Federal Trade Commission. They say you can't do anything like hire them and they can't collect money up front, but they do. How about the Credit Organization Act? Why don't we look at the truth and download Section 611? It'll tell you what you get to do. Now, let's understand there's 5 ways to kill a debt. If you have a debt hitting your credit report again and again and again, it's not going away. You're going to have to man up, woman up, and take the responsibility because you can't rip off your creditor. Now, what we get to do is negotiate a debt, maybe. How about we use the 29% rule and understand wrap or refresh and push it up, and away. I call this what? The KISS method. Keep it simple. Stupid. We all do stupid things, by the way. So let's give you the first 25 steps to play today. What I basically do for me, what I can do for you. All right, get a hold of Intuit. Intuit bought Credit Karma December 3rd, 2020. Fantastic. I was suing them anyway. They got indicted 3 times. But it's free. No phone number to help you. My new system will. Okay, let's understand something. The next thing is LifeLock. Please be careful. Why do I say be careful? They got indicted 6 times. Their last indictment's $100 million. So what are we supposed to do? Let me obtain your credit reports today. Let me analyze them personally. That's right. I've analyzed 50 million people's reports over the last 47 years. I got 32 million clients a millionaire and 29 billionaires. You want to join the club? Let me know. I can get you 750 score right away, but that's 90 working days for you. But I need you to do some things on your part. You got to be part of the program. Don't worry, on Friday or Saturday, I'm going to analyze you for free and show you exactly step by step what you need to do. If you can pay attention and turn these up. All right, there's that form SS5 that you filled out 14 to 16, or mommy did it for you because you were born in 71 on. You didn't pay attention. Sorry. The SS5 got SSN 1040 tax return. It says, again, do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes. Property of Social Administration, not you. So let's pay attention today and understand your SSN is for the 1040 tax return. Step 2, you got your first paycheck a long time ago, and you said, where's my money? They said the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. That's why it makes us a bunch of ducks and sheep. So again, 1244 irs.gov. That SS5 form, why don't we compare it to SS4? How you receive money matters no matter what you say or do. Corporations only pay tax when they're profitable. SS4, legal name of entity, individual person. So banks and grocery stores have different locations based on tax IDs. The ultimate goal, and that's what they get to do from there, and that's how they structure it as well as we look at these pieces. So let's understand today, it says banking and credit purposes. That's the ultimate goal, banking and credit purposes. All right, code for what?
Do you have on your phone?
All right, so as we do the dashboard out here, when I set up years ago, it's very simple. All right, this gives us the ability for SS4 and SSN, the ultimate goal. And that's what we get to do from there as we structure this. So the problem we have with an SSN, we only get one of those. All right, for a person, corp, division, or subsidiary, we get the SS4. So that means one per entity. As we create entities, we have the ability to play the game, the ability actually to win, the ultimate goal. So today, let's think about something that I set up. In the 80s, I set up my own dashboards for tax IDs, instant credit reports. I started putting that out in 92 for people too. So your corporation should only do 4 things, in my opinion. Very simple. 4 things is all I wanted to do. We're going to buffer tax. That means we don't pay tax till we're profitable. We're going to get a bunch of corporate credit, write it all off, car at fleet price and tax ID, and you're going to get the free buffet at the hotel. The division is going to create a line of defense. From there, they're cheap, multiple functions by wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and separate liability to real estate. Because I'm sorry to say, you're going to have a shitty tenant. I want to get you an apartment complex and a storage unit. Is that okay? So let's get the line of defense and build a corporate umbrella. That follows tax ID, but tax ID builds credit reports. So we can get the American dream. Now, I'm going to guarantee everything I say I can do. Yes, I'm going to guarantee it in writing for you. This means you have to be part of the program. Very simple. Violation, do not jack up credit cards and do not crash your wrapper rescore and apply for credit. Out of 50 million people I've helped, I have 12 shitheads online lying through their teeth. Now I'm suing them for $100 million. See, I'd help even the devil. I call them shitheads because I don't like people who lie. So the reality is just don't screw up. Because I told them flat out, I got to charge you a fee for a new wrapper rescore and add all the history you screwed up. I don't want to pay that. Well, then you're out of the program. I tell people up front, is that okay? There's 5 ways to kill a debt. Did you know the IRS has a form to solve that problem too? Call it 656-433A and B. So the goal is let's rebuild you. From there as we play the game to win. Here's the 750 for you. What do we need to do? Analyze you right away. Let me analyze your credit today, please. From there, I'm going to put a wrapper rescore. Now, I pay for everyone to get a wrapper rescore up front out of my own pocket. In the beginning, for everybody, it's $500. I pay out of my pocket, so don't screw it up, please. Here's a 510, now a 757. Here's a lady, she's got a 651, no green lights. A rapper rescore got her 750 green lights, and I billed her $1 million of credit. Is that okay? Oh, here's a bankruptcy case. This husband and wife went to a bankruptcy attorney to ask a question. He sold them a bankruptcy they never needed. So I got him $500 card to start him out again. From there, here's the late on the car payment. $3,000. I had to rebuild them too. So the goal is a rapper rescore can block credit, push the score up, and away. That's the ultimate goal. So today, if you're not a client yet, get a rapper refresh. Go to class Friday or Saturday. We're going to target a 750. Now I'm going to charge you $999 for classes too. I'm going to give you $1,000 card back. That's right. I want you to reimburse yourself. From here, all right, during the broadcast, I discount it to 50%. It's $499. With the rules and tools, you maintain a $750 from now on. Would that be okay? And the card becomes $500 too? All right, so it's a Zell. There you get to do. All right, how about a starter package? See, here's the thing. If you have a corporation, let me build the one you have. If not, I'll hand you one for free. Free. I'll add history and all kinds of stuff and rebuild your credit. 750 score. I'll put you in 7 level 1 every Saturday, 10:30 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to charge you $999, but I'm going to give you 5,000 credit back. $24.99, 25,000 back. I want to analyze you, add history, and start popping credit right away. Would that be okay if I rebuild you my way for a while? Because I think your way sucks. Now that's an opportunity to Zell. There's your Zell. You can also call the office at 800-254-9506. If you use a card, they will charge you 5% more. Okay, now I need you to do some work. I need you to call 888-567-8688. See, I'm a voter. You probably are too. They sell that list 412 times a year. The corporation and a cable bill. Did you know you can opt out off that mailing list today? All you have to do is opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Phone number's right in front of you. Why don't you call later today? My ultimate goal is to repackage your whole life and do it my way for a while. All right, now understand. You have to plan the problem. I believe you had a friend and family member rip you off. You spent thousands of crap that didn't work. So let's get safety credit. Let's understand the line of defense. Let's put it together and understand all the dashboards. Now say what I set up years ago. 0 to 29 is green. All right, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So the way I designed it in the first place. So the goal is to never bring the pain home. And remember, all cards fluctuate but 2. That's right, they fluctuate. That means they go up and down based on utilization. Anything past 29%, plop. But if we take the right cards, we understand these 2 do not fluctuate at all. So these we maintain. These we max out $1 million friggin' dollars, and they have a pay over time limit, and we can maintain a 750 anytime we have an emergency too. Common sense, huh? So if you have an emergency, you lose your job, what do? Usually most people run out of time, run out of money, and they jack up all their credit in 42 days. They kind of screw up. All right, what do we think this today? I need $5,000 now. Go ask your friends, your family, the bank. They're all going to tell you no because you said you need it. You know, the average person, probably you waste $50 every other day. So that means $140 a week, $600 a month. So that means here, if I spend $50,000 of the corporate credit to go buy a pizza restaurant, I can write it all off. Same amount of money you kind of piss away in a given month. Okay, let's play. All right, step number 6. White men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. And what do we need to write down now? I'm willing to sacrifice a division. All right, not my corp, but my family. And I have no intent to do fraud. I need you to learn to have your cake and eat it too. Would that be okay? We do it my way for a while. We use Ray's rules. Step 7, never bring the pain home. Become a certified CFO. I think that would be a lot better for you. So understand, why don't you Google the address? It's right in front of you. Prove I'm telling you the truth. I got to die and come back and help you. So understand, I've had a no shit day. Have you? From there, a coma $3.7 billion gone, had to build it again. All right, let's understand. The book coming out called Book of Bullshit Don't Pay My Bills. All right. Now, my first coma, I was 5.5 years old. Yeah, I used my faces to break down Delane Street. All right, they told me I was crippled. Well, I got up because Jesus told me to. Last time they're working on me, I get to die. See, the devil's trying to hold you back and knock you down. I believe God's delays aren't God's denials. So if I get to repackage it like Humpty Dumpty, I'm going to put you in a coaching program too. Why don't we get checkbook money? Now, remember, what is a corporation again? It's a legal person. The lack of knowledge is why people do stupid things. People aren't stupid. Most of them are freaking just lazy. I lost my job, got 2 kids to feed. Get off your butt, have a garage sale, sell something, drive a damn Uber, drive a Lyft. Hell, I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet, and rebuilt myself in 6 weeks to $1 million. Got my wife her next dream house. There's no excuses. The only excuse is you don't know how to play. The divisions allow you the line of defense. And what are you willing to sacrifice? Division, not court, my family. Okay, if I get the tax ID for you, I get to put history to it. That's right. That means I set up the credit reports, Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. Then I can line you up for some checkbook money. Checkbook money. Remember, the dashboard allows me instantly credit reports, Experian, Treasury, and Equifax under tax ID. What do we get to do? Build the American dream and finance it up and away. Remember, that's Experian, Treasury, and Equifax cash reports under tax ID. And I set up the system for that. Isn't that fun? We get to play my way for a while. All right. Now, I had a problem in 96. All right. I got $53 million of credit cards. They're shrinking my limit, so I did my homework. C191D. So every $50,000 I loaned out, I could create $2,400 a month. This is where I created cash flow for you per time. In my book over 47 years ago as well. So let's understand. What did I do? Division process. In my book called Buckets of Money, all right, you could take the matrix that I did and do it step by step too. It did take me 18 months, 41 divisions to get 190,000 a month. Is that okay? And the assets behind that were $1.1 billion. So we could have more fun to play the game to win. That's how you become the bank. The book next to that too. But again, do you want to play? I did that in 98, by the way. Okay, look at the corporation you have today on Secretary of State's website. If you have your home address there, please change it. That was silly and dumb. Mailbox, etc., shared office space. We got to put our ducks in a row because when they sue that corp right now, they sue you, and that sucks. We have to create a line of defense. The line of defense to protect our assets. All right, now if you need $25,000 of credit today, the office is going to charge you 10%. From me, I turn around, I try to give you a 50% discount if it was done during the webinar. From there, if you needed 50,000, once again, that's usually 5,000. The office is going to discount it to 24. No, I discount $24.99 if it's done now. $100,000, usually 10%. But again, all right, today it's a discount of $4,999. It's a zell. Simple to do. All right, let's understand. I invented something called daisy chaining. There's 12 acts like the Fair Lending Act. One card can go get 99 more. How many would you like? One per every division. So you might want to daisy chain credit into a couple $1 million. The ultimate goal. All right, now a division, when I set it up, I have to add it to my dashboard, taking the name, add history, so it establishes Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. So understand, that's what I do. We don't need tax ID to have to read daisy chain credit. So if you want divisions under your corporation, the office is going to charge you $4.99. 3 for $14.97. From there, if you get 3, it's $9.99 today. 9, you get basically $24.99. You can save a little bit of money during the broadcast with me. It's a zell. Okay, now I like goodies. You like goodies? But they always want to give you that loan to value problem, and I don't have that because I use the divisions for everything I do. All right, didn't matter if it's a Cadillac, didn't matter if it's a Harley Davidson, ride with Neil Diamond a couple of times, or the $1 billion of goodies too. So let's understand, why don't we get up to $1 million of credit cards, $5 million of checkbook money? I think that should be your ultimate goal too. But again, let me rebuild you, then get you the Green Spark 3 cards, 160 times 9. Let's get you the B of A times 9. Let's get you the Wells Fargo times 9. How about we get the Inc. times 9? Doesn't each one of those groups become $1 million each? How about the gold card? So if we get up to $5 million here, why don't we go to the bank? The bank's going to give us what's called, and I call it checkbook money. Why? It's unlimited, no, up to 150,000, even called it a bridge loan. It's unsecured. Why don't we take the 5 that I like? Get in the checkbook money up to $5.4 million. As long as you have divisions, we can project over $1 million in sales. In our business plan too. All right, buckets of money, what you should be focusing on. So I got classes in rotation as well. So I start at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, all the way to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And my specialty classes are at 9 a.m. All right, I got done in Bradstreet this weekend. Everybody goes there. So let's understand what I want to do for you. Let's build corporate credit. Borrow money is not taxable. Let's use that money to buy your lifetime income, which should be real estate and franchise. Would that be okay? You get your cake and eat it too. We do it my way. Ray's rules. You become a certified CFO and you never bring the pain home again. I believe that's what you should focus on. Let's pretend I gave you $1 million check today. What are you going to do? You're going to buy a house car? Now stop. We should reference 3 times 5. Money should be leveraged, and that kind of money up to $15 million. So let's understand today. You could actually win the battle. Let's pretend today, all right, you won the lottery. I'm going to tell you, don't listen to the CPA and attorney. They're going to want you to put in your bank account and pay tax on all the money you gain. I'm going to say do a division of you, add it to the corporate bank account, and say with the banker to borrow against it. Borrow money is not taxable. I'd like to teach that to you to get to $1 million to $1 billion. Now the cities file bankruptcy. So basically what happens? So the United States of America is a corporation, cities are corporations, so are states. So they plan the Chapter 9 bankruptcy while you sit there going, what do I do? You could have planned the problem too, with no intent to do fraud. Why don't you Google bankruptcy later today? The only thing you can bankrupt is SSN, SS4. All right, who wants to be the duck the next time? So let's understand today. Planning the problem would make sense. From there, we add you to my dashboard. Building $1 million of credit would make sense too, for your corp and your divisions as well. Run your race, beat your own doubt, and follow through. We have the choice to actually go with the American dream. Getting past go. From there, God's gift. The race boats in the harbor, the Lamborghinis, buildings, and even helicopters too. I'd like you to change a couple things today. Can you write down driver's license, insurance, registration? You're highly intelligent, but when you get pulled over in a bumpity bump, you're giving out your home address. I would like you to understand under the Privacy Act. It's like California, they allow us P.O. Box, but that's up to you, step number 12. When you buy a car, you do it your way. I don't like your way. I think your way sucks. You go to the dealership, they switch you for 5 hours. And you get 9 inquiries and you lost $20,000. All you had to do around that application is allows 1 inquiry. You didn't set up the rules. You let them abuse you. There's no reason to do that too. So let's understand to stop bringing the pain home. We're going to understand cars will be purchased, fleet price, tax ID division. It's not a point of writing it off. You get to do that anyway. So if we buy a house, we can't have 2 people on the loan. It makes no sense. Husband and wife, critical undervalue problem for 2 people. No. Ladies, you want to be controlling the irrevocable trust. Well, the man is silly enough to be on the loan. Lose house and car, what happens next? Creditor reports it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you got double problems. Remember, the division of a car should be what? A car's registered owner should be a division and not you. So that way you can protect your assets too. But again, planning the problem. Stop bringing the pain home. Every property you ever get, I believe, should be a division. I don't have a crystal ball that's which one's going to slip and fall and screw me up and screw me up too. Your house payment should offset your taxes. But we look at Amazon, they didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion, all right, to triple trillion. Why would they pay tax? So there's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. We watched him buy Twitter, but he had to borrow the $44 billion to buy Twiddly-dee, Twiddly-dum. He's got spaceships too. So the ultimate goes to the other two guys. If we want to join the club, we can. The ultimate goal, we can join the club and we can win. The ultimate goal, step 15. So let's run our life through a corporation or conjunction. Let's learn to play. So let's understand, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini today. So understand that. Your paycheck is usually taxable income. You pay car payment, gas, registration, insurance. I think you should yell no and drive a company car like I do and write it all off. Step 17. But let's go to get an SS4 form today, irs.gov. Find out it says banking and credit purposes. That's what makes us ducks and sheep. We never bother to pay attention. So it's like Mama. Mama had to sign the SS5 form for the baby since 1971 to take baby home and basically take a nap too. So you buy a house, escrow closed homestead trust. They sue you, they take away your house because it's not in the trust. They basically, when you're dead, they get basically you stuck in your family and what basically diddly squat because they're going to be in probate too. All of a sudden you hire the contractor that wants to hire the subcontractor. And what are they going to do? Cut corners. Slip, fall, and kind of sue you and screw you up too. I'd rather have them get diddly squat. Let's look at irrevocable trust today. Is that okay? But it's going to be up to you too. Let's remember something today. We cannot play peekaboo with the IRS and make a mess. Wesley Snipes tried it. All right, what happened to him? He lost his life and career, screwed it all up. No peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. All right, step Tony. So if you want to buy a wholesale price, we do for the divisions. We don't pay a bill up to 90 days. And we can leverage money up to $15 million. Close in an escrow. From there, we can set up, borrow money is not taxable, and set up the line of defense. That's step 21 called blackjack. Looks like you get to win again. So the Ray Reynolds University, my building, before I died in the coma, 22,000 square feet. Ultimate goal. But again, I use my blueprint to rebuild my life. I want you to use it for you too. It's called See It, Believe It, Go Get It, the blueprint for success. I don't think you have your time. I think your time has you. So remember, being an entrepreneur, sorry, you're going to feel like you're falling off the cliff to get that first million. Second won't be as hard. But again, my coaching programs are fun too. This means I like to sit down with you on the phone, with you and your spouse or your partner of life, because I don't want you to be a millionaire. I want you to have a millionaire corporation and learn how to play my way for a while. Put you in a coaching program, auto income. The blueprint call would cost you $999. From here, that's step 22. If you take a picture right here, it shows you what I want you to think about. Businesses to own but not run. Run by a third party. So if you want, we'll find locations for you too. Give you 3 opportunities. But once again, it's up to you. I always took $40,000 off of a card to get a laundromat, dry cleaners. Sorry, simple. 40,000 bucks. It would give me 3,000 to 10,000 a month. If I took 100,000, maybe a storage unit. All right, if I took 250, an apartment complex. I don't want to finance it in a boring business run by a third party. I believe you go to the expo, it's like a deer in the headlight, you're kind of stuck. So we can learn to play my way for a little bit too. All right, let's own it. Let's not run it. Would that be okay? All right, let's think if you wanted to get your feet wet just a little bit. I'd put you in a 6 weeks coaching program. We'd do the hour blueprint with you and your spouse. We'd give you 25,000 of cash credit too. From there, put you in level 1, 2, 3 and specialty class and get you basically an expedited rapid too. Normally it's like $12,000. Here it's $4,999. You get that discount. You can call the office at 800-254-9506 right away too. Ultimate Go. There's your Zelle. Business bank transfer, deposit, or wire. See, I like real estate franchise storage units. You might even think about the 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months coaching. This means you're stuck with me, lining you up, and our target will be about $5 million. And we're going to get some goodies. That would be the ultimate goal for you. So what do? We're going to work our tails off together through the coaching process so you can get your keys to the first place. The ultimate goal. From here, what's a corporation again? Legal person. What are we creating? Line of defense. Because we have to plan the what? Protect the corp and the family, and divisions will sacrifice. Now today, what are you willing to lose? You brought the pain home 10 times the lease, and the difference is let's not lose any more. Corporation and divisions. Divisions allow us all to get checkmate. Step 23, the ultimate goal. So reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. I've trained 50 million people for the last 47 years and use basically corporations and divisions to become millionaire status. The ultimate goes up to you. From there, if you got joint credit, just get rid of it out of the way. You buy a house, it's escrow, closed, homestead, trust. A corporation, they're free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. Divisions are for real estate, franchise, current business, and a line of defense. I give bonus cash credit to every program you do to reimburse you up to 10 times. I want to take away your excuses, by the way. So the ultimate goal there, step 24. You become a certified CFO. From there, the 750 is waiting for you too. That's all you want me to do? Simple. We'll analyze today, rapid rescore. We'll push your score up and away. All right, we'll basically work together, getting you 750, $9.99, bonus card, $500, because we're going to discount 50% for that too. And with Ray's rules, you can maintain a 750 the rest of your life. It's a Zelle. From here, the starter package. If you have a corp, we'll build that or not hand you one for free. You pay your filing fee and rebuild your credit too. Set up in level 1, 10:30 Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. From there, simple $9.99. Rebuild your life and give you 5,000 credit back. $24.99, 25,000 in credit. That way we analyze, add history, pop your credit, and you get 5 times your money back. And what do? It's a Zelle. Simple. Now understand, referrals, we can build more credit or pay you back 10%. So let's understand. I always give you my email address too, in case you want me to give me a list of your referrals. They tend to forget to name your name when they sign up. Okay. If we look at the banks and the grocery stores in the cities, and we do this correctly, we can do what they do and not bring the pain home and stop bringing the pain home completely. So let's understand. I'd like you to be a certified CFO, all right, and rethink your brain to millionaire status. Look behind the curtain every time and understand we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So I understand at the end of the day, every one of you should Zelle now, or 800-254-9506. All I know is for every one of us today, we can go get the American dream. But all we have to do is follow through. And don't worry, you get stuck with me every step away in every class. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day, God loves us all.